When I was a kid, I used to love to hunt. I can't do that anymore, though I would still do it if I could, but I'm just not physically healthy enough to do that. But there was a time that I remember one time I had gotten hurt. My leg, I couldn't walk very good with it. I had hurt it on a trampoline, and it's why I am where I am now. But we went hunting one year, and Dad said, "Are you sure you want to hunt?" And I said, "Oh yeah, Dad, I gotta hunt." It was my life. Hunting and fishing were what I grew up loving to do in my spare time. I loved it so much that I would, if I had chores to do and I was hum hawing around about it, all Mom or Dad would have to say, "Well, hey son, you do this or that and get it done. Then the day's yours to go hunt and fish, whatever you want to do." I'm telling you, that was like saying abracadabra to me, because magically the work would get done. And I remember on this particular day, I don't know, I was probably about 18, 19 years old. I don't know, somewhere around there. That's about when I been would have been hurt that way, maybe 20. And my oldest brother Jimmy was living in Colorado with Betty and his family, and we went hunting with them. He was because he saw the way I hobbled around. He said, "Dean," he said, "you probably shouldn't even go. That's a lot of work, walking to do." I said, "But Jimmy, I can't do without it. I love it. I'm addicted to it. I mean, it was me." And anybody that knew me very well back then knew that was true. We went hunting and up on Glade Mountain, and we had an old '69 Ford 4-wheel drive that was a beater. I mean, and those dudes were like driving the tank. Man, they were tough. They was like the old internationals. You just couldn't hardly hurt them dudes. They were tough. And there was a place up there called Hay Camp Mountain or Haystack Mountain. I said, one of the two. Daddy took us. We went up there, and I said, "Dad, I can't walk up that." He said, "Don't worry, son." He said, I'll tell you what I'll do." He said, "I'll take you clear to the top in this truck and let you walk down." Oh, that that was awesome to me. That sounded like a lot of fun, even though I knew it was going to be tough for my leg. I'd have to drag it through the snow. I don't know, there was 4 to 6 inches of snow, maybe even 8 in some places, and it had thawed enough on certain days that when it froze the next night, it was really crusty, which made it hard to walk in. Especially with a bum leg. So here I am. I start at the first level, and then I don't know. It had like 4 levels. It looked just like a haystack from a long ways away. You look at it, and you could see it looked like a haystack with all the levels on it, and they were just like as flat as could be. And it was a natural. I think it was natural. I don't know that anybody did that to it. And it was all oak brush. So anyway, he took me up there and let me off, and then he drove back down 2 or 3 down toward the middle somewhere. I was walking around. Here I am, and I'm jumping I see all kinds of sign of deer everywhere. I looked and I came down off the top because while there was a lot of sign, there was no deer. So I walked. I found a place to get down easy and walked down to the next level and was walking around there and all of a sudden I said, I better keep my eyes open. And here I am just dragging my foot, right? And And I stepped around this one big oak brush, and I looked straight, and here I was looking at a little, well, we call them, it was a prong pointer. We call them 2-point. A lot of people call them 4-point. We call them prong point, 2-point. Uh, he's just sitting there browsing. He didn't even know I was there. All that crunching, all that walking. He must have thought I was just another deer, because I wasn't quiet, but I seemed to have that knack for doing that, because I could walk right up on a deer and they wouldn't even move. I'd walk right up on one of them laying there, and they just lay there until I acted like I saw them, and then they'd jump up and go. But I had a way of just sneaking in without alarming them. And this poor little buck, he was standing there, and I thought, I really hate taking a little one like this, but it might be the only chance I get all summer with my leg like it is. So I killed him. I shot him. And I shot him right through the throat. Didn't even have to cut his throat. It was such a clean shot. And what was funny about that? Now, it was a small deer, yes. But what was funny about that, you remember when I told you a while ago that Jimmy had told me that it was probably be better if I didn't at all, because I probably wouldn't be able to get a deer? Out of the whole family, I was the only one that got one that year. And it was the first day. So I didn't hunt anymore, because I knew it was going to be too tough, and they only let us have one deer there anyway. So anyway, I remember that, and I think about it, and I've ever since then, that's been one of those memories as a kid growing up on the farm, and the freedom that I had to go hunt and do anything I wanted to do once my chores were done. They rewarded me with that, and I'd make sure I got everything done and done right when they made that offer to me. And that became a standard way of getting me to do things, because all my life I've dealt with depression, and that made me drag my feet, because I just had no energy until somebody gave me a charge. And that statement seemed to be a motivator for me. So, when your kids seem to drag, find what they like the most, and then use that to inspire them in a good way, so that they can make their own decision whether or not they want to have the fun, or whether or not they want to just drag their feet and be at the same thing for the next 3 or 4 hours. Anyway, that's my memory of one of the time I hurt my leg and I couldn't hardly walk, but I still got my deer, and I was the only one. And I was about 19, 20 years old, if that. Thank you.